Here I want to show that sigma cross n into sigma dot n is equal to I sigma minus I sigma dot n cap. Okay, so where sigma and n are the vectors, so for this equation alone, I will write down the vector symbol, but I will not be doing that for the rest of the calculation. So what is sigma? Sigma is a vector with the components sigma 1, sigma 2, sigma 3. They are the Pauli matrices. And n cap is a unit vector with the components n1, n2, n3 with, because it is a unit vector, n1 square plus n2 square plus n3 square equal to 1. So let us call the equation we want to solve as equation number 1. Then the left hand side of the equation 1, let us expand it by finding the ith component, because the left hand side is basically a vector, because sigma cross n is a vector, sigma dot n is not. So the left hand side of equation 1 and its ith component I want to write down. So I am not using now the vector symbols. So I am writing the ith component of the vector sigma cross n into sigma dot n. So here what you can see that this is equal to epsilon I j k sigma cross n, because only sigma cross n is vector. So what you can do is you can right away write down this is equal to sigma j n k. So basically that is the first part of this equation. Then sigma dot n can be written as sigma m n m. So epsilon I j k, sigma j n k for sigma cross n, and sigma m n m for sigma dot n. Now let us rearrange the terms here. So you can write that is equal to n k n m are numbers, so I just take it outside because the more calculations using the Pauli matrices. So I write down this as epsilon I j k sigma j sigma m. So we know that sigma j sigma m is equal to identity matrix when j is equal to m, or it will give you the matrix if j is not equal to m, third Pauli matrices, into I or plus minus I, depending on the order of j and m. So we can substitute that equation there. So epsilon I j k sigma j sigma m is delta j m identity, that's j is equal to m, it is identity operator, plus I epsilon g m. Okay, so let us put L. sigma L, because L we have not used earlier. So the first term, you can write it as epsilon I j k delta j m n k n m identity operator plus second one I sigma L epsilon ijk, epsilon jml. So if you want to use the identity of the for the multiplication of two Levi-Civita symbol, so I can write down the first one as epsilon jki, because j is common in both, and epsilon jml, right? So this term, you can see that j is equal to m, only this term exists. So wherever m is there, I can substitute j. So what I get is epsilon I m k, j I am substituting with m, n k n m identity operator plus, now I use the identity for the product of two Levi-Civita symbol. So what we are having here is sigma L. So epsilon jki jml is equal to delta km delta il minus delta kl delta im. So this first term, you can see that nk and nm, if you interchange, because k and m are summed over here, so all k and m, because k and m can take values 1 to 3. So when you interchange k and m, the nk nm n is equal to nm nk, but if you interchange k and m in the Levi-Civita symbol, it will get a minus sign. So obviously this term will goes to 0. This one you can also see it in a different way, that is, this I can write it as, because nk nm is same as nm nk, so this is like imk nm nk, that is basically n cross n ith component into identity. Obviously that is 0, because cross product of one vector with itself is 0, plus, so here let us simplify this. So you can substitute wherever k with m, and okay, we missed some terms earlier, because this nk nm is, you are supposed to multiply here also, the second place also. Okay, this nk by nm, you are supposed to multiply for the second term also. So let me put that one there, that is nk nm. So here also there is nk nm. Okay, so this equation now you can simplify. So in this case, k is equal to m, so wherever k is there, I have to substitute m, and wherever L, I have to substitute I. I should not substitute I in place of L, because I is a free index here, because left hand side is the ith component of that vector. So I should not remove I. So you see here the first term, that I is coming here. That is very important. So So this one, so what I have to do is k is equal to m and L is equal to I have to substitute. So first term in that equation is I sigma L, I should put sigma I, k is equal to m. So the nk, nn, nk, nk. Or I can substitute k is equal to m or m is equal to k. Does not matter, it is a dummy index. So the next term plus, not plus, it is minus I should substitute k in terms of L, so sigma k, then wherever m is there I should substitute I, so I get nk ni. So this first term you already seen that it is 0 plus nk is basically n dot n. So n is a unit vector. Since n is a unit vector, so this term will become 1, number 1. So I get I sigma I alone minus, so you have this term sigma k nk, that is sigma dot n, that is sigma dot n. So what can I write is the first term is just I sigma, this term is just I sigma I, and this is basically I'll get sigma dot, this term I get sigma dot I sigma dot n ni. So this is I sigma dot n ni. So the left hand side was, so you can see the left hand side is sigma cross n sigma dot n I component, which is equal to I sigma I component, I sigma dot n I component of n. So I can write now the vector term, that is sigma cross n into sigma dot n, that is sigma cross n into sigma dot n is equal to I sigma minus I sigma dot n ni. Ni is not there, just n, because we are writing now the vector. So this is basically we finally proved that identity.